Welcome to STROK'D, the Art of Mental Stimulation, where we touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go. Oh yeah, we keep it really raw, transparent, honest, and we're not afraid to go there. I touch on real ideas and real experiences that we go through in this world. I try to do it in such a simplistic way where everyone can grasp onto it. Hopefully together we can find some perspectives that bring us healing and comfort. I'm open to hearing from you as well. Whether you have opinion or fact, if it makes sense to me, I'll go with it. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Please, by all means. I won't be mad at you if you hit that subscribe button. I get on here and I speak from God. Whatever message he puts on my heart, that's what I go with. But, these people, they care about engagement, analytics, and all that good stuff. So if you could do me that favor, stop right now, look around whatever platform you're streaming on, and look for that subscribe button. If you're on social media, look for that follow button. Our social media handle is @STROK'D, STROK'D _ the podcast, @STROK'D, STROK'D _ the podcast. Get on there, drop a line. Let me know an experience that you went through that you want me to cover, that you want me to talk about, because I do this for you. Powered by God, I do this for you. So yeah, don't be afraid to get on there and let us know what's going on. Together, man, we can change the world. We can find comfort in each other. Let's do this, man. We get out here every day and we cover these different topics that a lot of people are afraid to discuss, the thoughts that go through their mind, go through their heads. They think they're by themselves. They think they're alone. I'm just here to say that you're not. You're human. You're normal. We all go through things. And today, we're going to talk about betrayal. Betrayal is something that I think everyone has went through at some point in their life. And if you haven't, brace yourself. It's coming. As long as you're living life, you're going to go through some type of situations. I think the thing that hits us the most when it comes to betrayal is usually someone close to us. It's not an enemy. It's not a stranger. It's not a passerby. It's someone close to you. It's someone that you had some type of love for. It's someone that you had some type of trust in. It's someone that you believed in or whatever. So, that's what hit us the hardest. Betrayal is a trauma response. That's how the brain takes it. The brain takes betrayal as a trauma response. That's the part of your brain that it hits. Because, man, it's like this person is just like, they knew the innermost parts of you. They knew the things that make you tick. They know your triggers. They know your morals. They know what you value. Y'all have had discussions about different things that's important to you. And it feels like the audacity of this person that I let in to the core of myself to do this thing that they know that will destroy me. This thing that they know will break me. And, when we feel betrayed, we bleed. You could be the hardest person in the world. But when you feel betrayed, you bleed, you feel it. I mean, it hits you. It hits you to the core, man. And I want to say this before I dive off into this, and I'm going to try to keep it short today. Normally I say that and it goes long or whatever, but I'm going to try to keep it short because I think this should be very precise, short, and to the point. It is not your fault. I'm going to say it again. When someone betrays you, it is not your fault. When someone betrays you, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. And we can find ourselves in that place where we start to blame ourselves and thinking, what did I miss? What did I see? You feel stupid. You feel embarrassed. It has nothing to do with you. And a lot of times we don't realize that God orchestrates these betrayals in order to expose who this person really is to us, in order to show their true colors. And also, on the flip side, God orchestrates these betrayals to show that person what they need to work on. If they're even looking to work on anything or to change, God is showing them that as well. I guess I play devil's advocate a little bit, not giving them any excuses or whatever, but, that's what's going on. It's showing you who they really are, because a lot of times it catches us off guard with people who betray us because, we hold them in this light and we don't see their darkness. A lot of these people have a lot of darkness going on inside that we didn't see because they're good at hiding it. They're good at covering it up. And playing devil's advocate again, they have to. They have to. In order to progress in this world, people who've went through a lot of trauma or have things going on within their life and have all this darkness inside of them, they have to cover it up with light. They have to in order to move on in this world, or they wouldn't be able to get to certain places that they've gotten to if they don't try to strive for light, whether they cover it up with light or they grasp onto light. And you could have been the light that they grasped on too. If you have great energy, you're always in good spirits, you're always uplifting people, you're always motivating, and you find that, people like that always hold on to you. That's because you're the light. You're that light source that holds them up. You're that light source that, make them feel good about their day. You're the person that sees the best in them, whether that be romantically, friendships, business, or whatever. You see something in them that they probably can't even see in themselves, so they hold on to you tight. And they give you this false illusion at times that, they are someone that they're not, because they feel like in order to be even around you, to have that privilege to experience you, they have to put on this mask. Because a lot of times people, like us who have this light, we don't really like a lot of negative energy around us. So if they remain in that state at all times, they would never get an opportunity to be around you. So I want to say it is not your fault. It is not your fault, and it's also not your fight. It is not your fault, and it's also not your fight with these dark and broken people. All day, healers, because I'm a healer, we want to sit there, we see these things in these people, and we want to help them along the way, and we want to do these things for them, and we want it so bad that we want it for them. We cannot do that. We can support them as they go along their journey, but it's not our fight. And that's where we mess up. We get caught up in it. It's not our fight, man. And we get engulfed with this person's energy, and we get engulfed with whatever they have going on. And then when they betray you, it feels like you're so broken. It feels like you're so broken. And sometimes it feels like you lost your purpose because you put so much energy, so much time and dedication into that person. Okay, so we have to get to a place where you can support a person along their journey while still focusing wholeheartedly on your own. You can't become so engulfed in people, that you forget about yourself and you're not whole yourself. You're supposed to be able to be you no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what a person does, no matter what a person says. It's not supposed to change our energy or our day, but it happens. And I can attest to that myself, because that's the journey I'm on myself, getting into a place where no matter what happens in this world, because I always preach on Vibe for 5 Friday, that negative and positive balances are part of life. You guys probably know that like a broken record. So things are going to happen. Things are going to catch us off guard. Nothing is definite in this world at all. Things, situations, people, none of this stuff is definite. None of this. So we have this word we use forever, and people tell us, I'm going to be with you forever, and we're going to do this, and we're speaking 50 years down the line, when we can't say none of that. Only God knows the plan, and that's why a lot of time he does these things and exposes these things, because he has a plan already mapped out for us, and this person could be hindering you from that plan. Or this just could be the implosion that he needed. It's supposed to be explode like this in order to get both parties to elevate to certain levels to go where they're supposed to go. So once we recognize that, I think we'll be well off. We'll be good. And another thing that happens when betrayal happens, it's like our brain, and I listened to this somewhere, I can't remember the guy, but when you guys hear this, you're probably going to say you heard it from somewhere, because I think I was on a YouTube video or something. It was a doctor. I'm not going to use those words that he used. I'm not in the medical field, but basically he was saying that our brain compartmentalizes things in a certain way. Okay, it's organized in a certain way. We go through life, and we find meaning for everything, and we put it in our brain. It has its own place or whatever. And when someone betrays us, it's like files have been thrown everywhere, just everywhere, man. It's just chaos. So now everything has a different meaning now. This person has a different place, because you didn't think this thing can happen or come from this person. So now your brain is trying to figure out the why and what to do and where to put these things. So that's what it is. It's trying to organize these thoughts or these things back in a way where everything flows smoothly and get you back to your comfort level, get you back to yourself. So I think the faster we can think of things in that way and put those pieces back together really fast, the faster we can heal and the faster we can move on. And, I think the first step to doing that is what I said. The first step, number one, bam, they did this thing. It's not my fault. No matter what you could have done that was imperfect or whatever, this is the person that, they did the action. It's not your fault. It's all them. No matter what you did and you say, I could have did this and I could have did this better, that person chose to react like that. That person chose to do those things. And betrayal is not just cheating. Betrayal could be lying to you, backstabbing, stealing from you, all kind of stuff. Betrayal can be on a personal level, and betrayal could be on a professional level. I've had it happen professionally where I put my faith into people and I put my faith into these things or believe these things they said was going to happen. And in the end, it didn't happen like that. And man, I was distraught. I was destroyed. And it has some people that, and professionally, someone may steal your idea, portray it as their own. Or you got them a job or whatever, and you see them doing things that, talking down about you because they're trying to get your positioning and go higher than you. So, yeah, it's several different ways for betrayal to happen. I don't want people to get caught up in thinking I'm just talking about a relationship or cheating. And that hurts as well because you're putting your faith in this person and they just couldn't open their mouth and communicate and say, hey, I've grown. I have a different outlook on things. I think, I want to go another direction. Because a lot of people, even in relationships, man, people think relationships are easy. They're hard. They're hard, and they say these things. They say they can handle these things, and when it gets hard, they can't handle it, and they gone with the wind. They are gone with the wind. I think a lot of times, we as people, when we're speaking out sometimes about who we want to be or who we are. Because a lot of time we are speaking out and saying the things that the person that we want to be inside, we're saying the things that they will say. And sometimes we're not quite there yet. We're still working on it or whatever. And that's when we realize, I'm not there yet. I have more work to do. You want to be at your highest vibrational level, so you try to vibrate on that level. They say fake it till you make it until you get there. And a lot of times, even when you're being betrayed, these people haven't gotten to that point. They portray themselves as certain things to you. They talk about certain things they want to do and they want to accomplish, and they haven't realized their mindset isn't there yet. Their energy, their vibration isn't there yet. So, when they speak to us sometimes, or we speak sometimes in that voice, we're speaking to the person that we want to be. We're still human. It's still work in progress. And I'm not making excuses for anyone. I'm just, giving you kind of like some thought processes to think about. This person said, man, I'm going to be faithful to you. I love you. I want to be with you forever or whatever. They do. They probably do. But deep down inside, they still have that yearning to go out and do these things that they do. And they're still fighting this demon inside that makes them want to do these things that they do. But deep down, they really want to be that person for you. Deep down, they really, they want to go to the end with you. They really feel so good. They feel like they could be with you forever. They really feel these things. But, they're still battling things in this real world that they haven't dealt with yet. A lot of people with these traumas, they are stacking things on top of it. People go through things and they don't talk about it. They don't get help. They don't try to work on it at all. They just move on. Keep moving on. And that pile is getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And then they meet someone like you, good, kind person that just along the way just want to love, just want to help or whatever. And you're going along with them entire time. They're not communicating with you, that they're stacking these files up, up, up. And then when it gets too heavy, it all falls down and it comes tumbling down on who? It comes tumbling down on you. And you're blindsided by it. Okay, so, we can't get caught up in this, man. I promise you, it's not your fault. It is not your fault. And another episode, I think it was called Forgiveness and Self-Love. I'm not going to dive deep into forgiveness, but that's the number one thing you're going to have to do. Pause. It's not my fault. And number two, after you process, you're going to have to forgive them. I know that's hard. You're going to have to forgive them, and not for them. You're not forgiving them to condone, what they're doing. You're forgiving them to get rid of the anger and the resentment within you. You're releasing yourself, because if you get rid of that energy of it, that's what forgiveness is. You're getting rid of that energy of it, that betrayal. You're getting rid of it. You was like, it had nothing to do with me. I was just being my loving self. I was trying to be there alongside of them. And, this happened. I forgive them. Like they say, like Jesus say, they do not know what they do. They didn't know what they do, but you get to choose whether you still want them to be a part of your life or not. I didn't say forget. You forgive, but you don't have to forget. And depending on whether you have a conversation with this person or how important they are in your life, or you at that point where you want to let go, you get to decide that and choose that. I'm not going to sit here and tell someone to just, they don't supposed to be in your life, let them go, because it's not that simple sometimes. You might have a bond with this person, or you have something going on with this person where it's bigger than all this, and you realize that. So I'm not going to tell you that. We're human. If it can all be so easy, we be like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. You can go now on next. It's not that easy. I'm going to be real. I'm being realistic. So you make that choice, though, but you choose wisely. And you pay attention to that person's actions. Actions speak louder than words, man. The words is what gets us caught up in those betrayal situations a lot. The words. But, what are the actions saying? A lot of the time, a long time ago, those actions told us what this person was capable of. And we overlooked it. And I find myself a lot of the time that, when it comes to actions and words and all that type of stuff, man, I overlook it a lot. But you find yourself feeling special at times too, because sometimes you have these people that, they'll talk about things they've done with other people. They'll talk about things they do with other people. You laugh about it. It's funny and all that. You feel special because they tell it to you. And because they're saying it to you, it's like, oh, okay. Either they over it or they wouldn't do it to me. That's something they done in the past or they did in the past, but they wouldn't do it to me. If they're doing it right now, we're laughing about it. They wouldn't do it to me. So, you start to, think you're special because they're sharing it with you. And that it takes some audacity too. That's why it really hits hard and it really hurts too, man. But that person is showing you and telling you who they really are. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to take people at face value, not the words that are coming out of their mouths. Because even myself, I'm not perfect. I probably had moments where I've said things out of my mouth and things change and, went an entirely different way. So pay attention to the action. A lot of people are not emotionally mature enough to voice things and communicate what they really feel. So sometimes you have to pay attention to their energy and their actions. And intuition doesn't lie. So a lot of times you feel some things. You feel the energy shift, and you might voice these things, and this person's telling you something totally different. Words. Remember? Words. So the key is pay attention to the action. The words are telling you something totally different. Your spirit is feeling something totally different. You got to be mindful of that intuition. So you start to put it off like, nah, that's crazy. I'm probably just doing too much. No. Why wasn't your spirit doing it before? Your spirit would have been doing this. Your spirit's not new to this. It would have been processing like that. So if you're starting to feel something totally different, go with it. Go with it. It's the truth. Start to believe in yourself and trust in your instincts. Naturally, we usually get warnings and red flags about what's going on, but we don't want to believe it because we have so much faith in the person or these people or whatever. So, yeah, that's it. We got to simplify this thing real simple. Pay attention to the action and not the words. Earlier this week, I posted, I think it was from Bishop T.D. Jakes. I posted a reel, and he said something that hit home to me, and it hit home to a lot of you guys too. It got so many views. And he said, do not despise how much you care. Do not despise how much you care. And that goes to when people say, man, I'm so nice. I wish I wasn't so nice. And that's saying you wish you wasn't what God told us to be. God told us to be caring. God told us to be nice. God told us to love our neighbors and to be of service. So, yeah, do not despise how much you care. And he also went on to say God blesses you like he does because of the way you care, because of your heart. So, this world will make you believe that the way of God is the wrong way. The way of love is the wrong way. Of being kind is the wrong way because, man, so many people will burn you. And living in this world will make you feel that. But you have to remember, you have to pause and remember, we're not of this world. You're not of this world, and we're not here trying to be judged in this world. We're waiting for judgment day when it comes to God. So that's what we're answering to. So we just got to pick and choose the people that we have around us in these circles. And, some of us are healers. I know me. That's in, I won't say my line of work, but in my purpose, I run into a lot of broken people. I have experienced a lot of betrayal in my life from some people that are very, very, very close to me. I know I make it look good, but, I take hits all the time for showing love and trying to be something to people that no one else has ever been. But that's my natural nature. I've been like that since I was a kid. And I used to hate that part of me. I used to hate I was so nice and so loving. And when people can do things to me, I can look past it quick and I can move on fast. But guess what I was finding, though? I was finding they couldn't because there was so much regret. When you hurt people like us, people that love so freely and give people chances who shouldn't even have a chance, give people chances who don't deserve it, give people chances and love on people who other people don't even like. Oh, my God, man. Oh my God, we do that all the time. That's so selfless. So selfless. And then we find ourselves in those situations a lot of being hurt and that person feeling guilty because of what they did to us. So it's hard for them to face us. That's what I find. You know, you okay. You probably can move on and accept whatever. It's hard for them to face us because they know what they did. They hurt someone that, man, didn't ask for anything from them, anything, didn't judge them. They could be imperfectly perfect, all that. And when you hurt somebody like that, that doesn't come a dime a dozen, it takes its toll on you. Number one, karma. Karma is real. I know I've dealt with karma in my life for things I've done. Karma is real. God takes care of things. God takes care of things. I don't care how good of a person they really are, how good their heart. I'm talking about myself too. If I do something wrong, karma's going to hit me. If I betray someone, hurt someone, karma's coming for me. Everything has to be answered for, man. Everything has to be answered for. And trust me, if they did something they remember, they may go along life and you looking at them and they seem all happy and just everything just all good. They remember. I assure you, they remember. They think about it. Some people probably losing sleep over it. You're not the only one losing sleep. They remember. You're not the only one with these thoughts on your mind. They remember, number one, because they're not going to find another person like you. They're not going to find that energy like that. They're not going to find such a selfish person that took a chance on them like that. You know, most people are all self-absorbed. But you were a person that actually took the time, you know, gave them a chance no matter what they had going on, no matter the flaws they had, and you did that. So you're the magic. You're the good one here. So you shouldn't be the one feeling bad like that. If anything, you should be praying for them. Praying for them that they ain't recognize what they had. And like I say, if y'all talk or you decide that, you know, you want to proceed with them, so be it, but be careful. Or if you want to draw back and move on with your life and go on to the next person, because there's going to be a next person. When you have light, they always coming. And they're coming. Or move on, man. You get to make those choices. You have to recognize the power that you have. Oh, my God, you have some power. You have power, man. No one loving like you and providing the things that you provide to people. So, you know, take some of that off yourself. Take some of that off yourself, man. Breathe. Say a prayer. Get on that path of healing and growth. Because you're okay. I promise you, you are okay. God is saving you from something that he saw down the line with that person. If you decide that's a person that you won't deal with anymore, God is saving you. And sometimes betrayal comes from us not letting go when God tell us to let go of someone, a friend or relationship or colleague. God probably been gave you signs that this person could do this stuff, but you wanted to keep on trucking along. We have to learn to listen to that voice. That voice tells us everything we need to know. And we have to. And sometimes he'll bring a lot of pain about just to, you know, open our eyes and let us see what's going on. And I find that a lot of people that have done wrong or betrayed me and I moved on in life or whatever, when I see where they're at now and the things they have encountered, I see that God really spared me. God really spared me because I was like, hey, that could have been me dealing with that. You know, that could have been me in that situation. So God spares us. You know, he has the ultimate plan. We want to have it for ourselves. We want to have some type of control or whatever. But yeah, he has the last word. He gives us free will to make these choices, but he has the last word. Like, he gives us free will to choose right or wrong. All right, choose wrong, bam, karma. So, you know, we still have a choice, but he still, you know, we pay for the choices that we make. So let's try to do this thing right. Let's try to love ourselves. Love yourself so much that what other people do does not determine your day, your life, your month, whatever, man. Well, you can keep pushing. You can acknowledge, man, that was messed up. That was messed up. They didn't have to do that. I can't believe they did that. Be able to take it in, you know, process. Feel what you feel. Feel what you feel. But don't let it engulf you so much that you can't move on. That you change who you are. You better not change who you are. You're good just the way you are. God loves you just the way you are, man. God's looking down on you right now. He's smiling. He's smiling, and he made you strong enough for these hits because he already knew these people were going to do this to you. He knew it. He knew it. Some of them, he made them do it to you just so you can get rid of them and get them out of your life. You can move on. You can keep pushing, and you can do these things that he has for you or move on to the next assignment. You know, so, you know, you're gifted. You're gifted. Having the ability to love people in spite of, that's a gift. You're gifted, man. So, yeah, don't never get down on yourself. Let's heal. I mean, do whatever it takes. And for these people who are committing these betrayals, shame on you. Shame on you for not recognizing what was right in front of you. shame on you. And I can't condemn you. I'm not going to judge you. But hopefully from that situation, you're going to get it right. You're going to learn. Because if you haven't learned from that situation, another situation is going to come, and karma is real. And God's going to make something happen. And one time you're going to go too far with that situation, and you're going to learn a lesson that you probably can't come back from. So, yeah, man, let's be mindful of these things. Let's love. Let's live. Let's heal. Pay attention to these actions, man. And it's not your fault. And to people who have done these betrayals, you can always get it right. You can always get it right, man. God gives us those second chances. God gives us third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 50th chances. You might not have chances again with the same person. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, whatever. But you have a chance to get it right in life. All right? So I said I wasn't going to hold you guys long, and I did anyway. I thought it was going to be 10 minutes. I'm at 25. Man, it was a pleasure to be on here letting God speak through me. Don't forget, at STROK'D, STROK'D _ the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Tune in to Vibe for 5 Friday. Every Friday, man. Vibe for 5 Friday. I have recently done it in video. I've started doing it in video. Video can only be found on YouTube and Spotify for now. YouTube and Spotify. Audio is available everywhere, man. I appreciate the support. I thank you guys so much. And, of course, you guys know what just happened to you. You just got stroked up. Bye.